The first of the late night review series brings us back to 1977. While movies like Rocky and Network were hitting theatres, picking up multiple Oscars on their way to the top, deep down below, a young man by the name of David Lynch was struggling to make his first ever feature film. The concept, like most of Lynch's work, remains a bit of a mystery. All we know is that a script was written at a surprisingly small 20 pages long. Or was it even a script? Lynch himself says that what he had was simply this thing that had been created. Not words, not dialogue, not pictures, just a strange visual concept that few could understand that stretched out to 20 pages long, and after it all made sense to him, a freakish being that would haunt all those who watched it was born. A freakish being named Eraserhead. Lynch created the movie painstakingly over the course of 4 years while he was studying at the AFI. It caused a great strain on his life and seemed like a project that was as nightmarish as the end result itself, but it turned out to be a gamble that paid off big time, gaining fandom from acclaimed directors such as Mel Brooks, Terrence Malick and even Stanley Kubrick, who claimed it was his favourite film of all time, breaking down the wall between art house and the mainstream. So Eraserhead, let's start with the story. From what I can gather, it follows Henry, played by Jack Nance. Or is it John Nance? Am I really already confused, just wondering why the lead actor's name would be different on the poster? I mean, what's the point in that? Never mind. It's only a pinch compared to what's to come. The lead, Henry, played by Jack Nance, wanders an industrial wasteland and meets his girlfriend Mary, played by Charlotte Stewart. While at dinner with the family, Mary strangely reveals that she's pregnant and asks Henry to marry her, in probably the most awkward marriage proposal ever. They move in together and look after their baby, which seems to be some sort of creature which nobody seems to be able to figure out. Lynch himself refuses to reveal how he made it and buried it after the production had ended. This is actually something that I really approve of this movie. In a modern day of CGI and practical effects, with all the behind the scenes featurettes, everybody knows how things are done. This baby will always be a mystery. How many movies can truly say that they've got that? But back to the movie. After family rows with Mary, Henry winds up alone, dealing with the baby all by himself before falling into a freakish nightmare that never seems to end. Sounds simple enough, right? Well, that is just the bare basics of what qualifies as a plot. I mean, we have tiny chickens grinding on a plate, some sort of god or devil pulling the strings on Henry's life, bleeding trees, immobile women tossing salad, and Henry's head falling off, being stolen by a little boy who sells it to a factory who uses his head to make pencil erasers. I mean, what the hell's going on here? What am I watching? Why is the dad smiling weird at Henry? Forget it. The movie tries its best to test the audience. Almost every scene seems to be even stranger than the previous, and they each provide the viewer with far more questions than answers. But isn't that how a nightmare works? We fall asleep, dream about a lot of confusing shit that gets under our skin and leaves us waking up drenched in our own sweat. Once the initial shock is over, we continue with our day, then look back on what we experienced in our sleep and wonder what the hell it was all about. Using that description, I can only refer to Eraserhead as a visual nightmare. Even the music gets under your skin. Lynch worked with sound designer Alan Splett over the course of a few days using pretty much any object or instrument they could find to create a sound design worthy of being one of the best sounding movies in cinematic history. The visuals are strange, the music even stranger, and together they give you something unlike anything you are likely to have watched before. It's a tough viewing, but once the initial confusion passes you find yourself getting absorbed inside, and when the end credits roll you feel like Henry himself. Some people believe the movie to be a visual representation of Lynch's own fears about becoming a father, but Lynch himself says this is not true. Thousands of others have tried to interpret the movie in whatever way they can, but there's really no point. Lynch claims that nobody has come even close to his own interpretation, and that sentence alone strikes one important element about the film. The creator himself uses the words "my own interpretation," never stating that it's the right interpretation, nor that anyone else's is wrong. Much like many movies by David Lynch, you don't have to know what the intended meaning was. It doesn't have to be unlocked in any way. You just have to sit back, take it all in, and leave with a different take to the person sitting next to you. How many movies can you honestly say can differ in meaning across the brains of an entire movie theatre? That's where the true brilliance of this movie comes in. Like it or not, it makes everybody feel something different. Check it out and come up with your own interpretation. Others might try to tell you that you are wrong and maybe feel like they're smarter than you, but your thoughts are as valid as theirs, and those are words from the director's mouth himself. If you're looking for entertainment factor, it's probably not the movie for you, but if you want to experience something that differs from the norm, look no further than Eraserhead.
How well are you trained in music?
I know a little. I studied it in my youth.
Where?
Here in Vienna.
Ah, then you must know this.
I can't say that I do. What is it?
It was a very popular tune in its day.
Fuck her right in the pussy!